What's up, everyone? It's a beautiful evening out. We got a beautiful sunset going on. Got a view of the Las Vegas Strip out there. Got a cool little lake out here behind me. It's one of my favorite spots out here. So I've been looking forward to making this video for a while now, and I'm glad I'm out here doing it now. This one's really special. It's got a lot of emotional connections with us, and you'll see why in a little bit. I'm not gonna clue you in on too much, so let's get right to it. Here we go. Another beautiful evening out here. We're excited to make this video for you guys. We've been having a lot of people message us on our social media asking us how we got started in the industry. So that's what this video is going to be all about. We're going to show you guys exactly how we got started, and I guarantee it's probably not what you expect. First of all, I just want to show you guys how beautiful it is out here before the sun goes down. Every time I come out here, I'm just astounded by the beauty of this place. It's picture perfect. So beautiful. Look at it, we got a full moon out there too. This is gonna be awesome. So yeah, we're actually gonna be camping out here tonight because when we got started in the industry, that's exactly what we were doing. We were camping out here. While we were living in Michigan, we wanted to move out here to Las Vegas. And I had a friend out here who told me that I could work with him. He had like a job opportunity for me where I could make some money. He also told us that we could rent a room from him. Well, all of that fell through. As soon as we got out to Las Vegas, he informed me that his girlfriend had moved in and we could only stay with him for a week. And the job opportunity that he had for me had fallen through as well. So we were without a place to live and no way to make money. So that kind of left us in a tough position. We had no choice but to go camping. And I put it that way because society would have called us homeless. And for lack of a better term, sometimes I use that term, but I don't like it just because I never really felt homeless. But if you want to understand our situation a little better, we were homeless. For 4.5 months, we lived out here, right back in there. And tonight, we're going back to the same spot where we used to live, and we're gonna camp out there again. Basically, when we found out that we didn't have a place to live, we just got on Google Satellite and we were like, well, where can we camp around here outside of Las Vegas? And we found this spot. We knew we had to be hidden because we didn't want anyone knowing where we were staying. So I actually had to like clear out a location in this, I don't even know, I wouldn't call those trees. They're like bushes slash trees. They're nasty. They got a bunch of thorns on them. Right back out in there. But that's where we set up our campsite. We had to go in there. I took a machete in there. We cleared it out. We found a shovel on the side of a mountain. That's another story. But we used the shovel to like clear out the ground because there was like mounds of grass and clumps. It was really weird. We had to do some minor excavating before we could even have a campsite in there, but we got it done, and we lived there for 4.5 months. And during that time, that's when SGW got started. It was an interesting time for us. It wasn't always easy. It was challenging, but it was fun because you know what? Every evening when we came back here to camp, we had this awesome view to look at, right? And you can't really complain about that. We had this lake out here. Check this out. Like, this was our backyard. And honestly, probably the nicest backyard I'll ever have. So we didn't really complain about it, although we were always pushing forward, having faith in our dreams, faith in our goals. Zeb, what's up, Zeb? He was with us the whole time, bless his heart, good boy.
Zeb, be back home?
I don't know, sometimes it's kind of difficult for me to tell the story because when I was living it, it was just...
I felt like we were never going to get out of there.
Yeah.
We didn't see any way out.
We didn't see any way out. Like, I don't know, like I
didn't want to go back to Michigan.
I had faith that something good was going to happen. I just didn't know how it was going to happen or what was going to happen. So back when we lived here, we were driving a 1981 Volkswagen Rabbit, and we had to hide that car every night because we didn't want anyone to see us. We're going to go park in the same spot, and we're going to go back to our campsite right now, and we're going to show you guys exactly where we were living when SGW got started. All right, so this is where we would drive that old Volkswagen Rabbit. We would drive right back in here. So yeah, I would actually drive it all the way back here and try to be as far away from the gravel road as possible, just in case anyone drove through. We didn't want them to be able to see our car if anyone did drive through here, because we've seen a couple police officers back here before, like just checking the park out. We actually got stopped once and they were like, yo, this place closes after sundown. We're like, oops, we're just running our dog, whatever, talked our way out of it. Yeah, ever since that little encounter, we realized that we had to be careful driving back here if we didn't want to be seen, because it was important that no one found out that we were living back here. We would wait until dark usually to drive back here and to hide the car right here where we are now. And every night that we drove back here, we always had a bunch of gear to hike back to our campsite. And sometimes we had groceries. If we had to go to the store and get some food, we would have to carry our bags of groceries through here. So we're gonna walk through here right now on the same trail that we walked many, many times during the 4.5 months that we lived back here. So let's go. I can still find my way through here. I think we went this way. Every night that we had to walk back here, I always wondered, like, how much longer were we going to be living out here? Not the worst place to live, but it's not like the most ideal place to live either. I'm starting to remember my way around here. Yeah, we would carry our groceries through here, everything. On my backpack, I had my laptop in my backpack, and that always stayed with me. I never, you know, some stuff we left at the campsite during the day, obviously, because we couldn't like bring everything with us wherever we went, but all the valuable and important stuff we always kept with us. If we were at the campsite, it was at the campsite. If we were in the car, it was in the car. So we always were lugging gear in and out of here every day. You remember the way, Zeb?
So
You look at these trees. You can't really tell, but there's like thorns all over these trees. Come on, Zeb. Yeah, every time we walked back here, I would always wonder, like, how long are we gonna be living back here till something works out for us, you know? I never lost faith in my video work and what we could do. I wasn't really exactly sure what I was gonna do, but I believed that something was gonna work out and we weren't gonna be living out here forever. So, come on, Zeb. Clearly you're lost. Come on. Hey, stay with your dad. I know it's getting a little dark out here, but this is about how it was when we come out here. Usually it was darker just because we wanted to be stealthy about it. Here's our campsite. Right here. Heck yeah. Home sweet home, baby. Stacy's got some firewood.
It's like old times.
It's like old times.
Gotta pack it.
We built ourselves a fire pit here. We brought some rocks in. We found this log for a bench. We would sit right here and sometimes we'd cook our food over top of a fire here. This is where we slept right here. This goes out to the front entrance. We didn't use the front entrance much just because we didn't want to be seen going in and out of here. So we usually came in the back way. And obviously this is not the tent that we lived in when we were staying out here. This is a newer tent that we're using now just to camp out here to show you guys. Yeah, so in this crate right here, this is where we would keep our food and our cooking utensils. Show us what we got going on in here. Got a pot
and a pan, some utensils, some spaghetti stuff, because that's the kind of stuff we used to
got some
eat.
food, got some toilet paper.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were going to the bathroom out here too every day. When we had to go to the bathroom, we would just hike out a ways and find a spot. And
Shovel came in handy.
yeah, we had a shovel, so we used that quite a bit. It's getting pretty dark here, so I think we're gonna go ahead and get a fire going right now, just so we can have some light. So I'm not really too concerned about getting caught tonight because this is probably our last night camping out here. They've already started to develop the land around this spot, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to come out here and make this video for you guys, because I think they're gonna clear this area out before too long and develop it. So before that happens, I really wanted you guys to see how we lived during the 4.5 months while we started SGW.
Yeah.
So this is it. Let's make a fire. Well, we got a little fire going on right now. And we just went and gathered some wood. And this is exactly what we did when we lived out here. Every night we'd have to go gather firewood if we wanted to fire. I used this very machete to chop up the firewood or cut it. This one has a saw on the back side of it, so I would just get in here. If it was too long, I would cut through it. This thing makes short work of firewood, that's for sure. Got a few sticks here. We forgot our flashlights at home, so it's been a little difficult finding firewood, but when we were living out here, we had headlamps. We're always on the lookout for firewood. And then these rocks that are around this fire, we just found those around here and we brought them in. We had a shovel. We dug out a little hole here for the fire pit and lined it with the rocks.
Mr. Sparks knows how to start a fire.
That's right. Living up to my name, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's good enough for now. We got this nice log over here to sit on.
That's a nice puppy.
Nice puppy. Sometimes we would cook our food over the fire, but most of the time we used our Coleman grill. We've got a 2-burner propane grill that we would use. And we had, move over, that smoke's getting me. We had 1 skillet and we had 1 pot, and we used those 2 items to cook our food, which back then our food consisted mostly of like ramen noodles, canned chicken that we would mix with the ramen,
Mac and cheese.
macaroni and cheese, and we usually kept a loaf of bread around along with some peanut butter and jelly, and we ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches a lot. And we also had a cooler. Every morning we'd get up and we'd leave our campsite, we'd sneak out of here. First thing we'd do is buy a bag of ice, dump it in the cooler so our perishable items would be good for the rest of the day. And then after that we would just be on the hustle, on the grind. Whatever we were trying to accomplish for the day, we would be out there trying to do it. Obviously, we were making the best of our time living out here, but we didn't want to be out here forever. I had faith that something was going to work out for us, and I had a feeling it was going to have something to do with video work, because that's what my passion was. That's what my passion still is, and I'm really happy that it worked out. But it did take a lot of perseverance. It took a lot of faith. If I had picked up a 9-to-5 job, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today with my current work, just because I would have been tied up with that 9-to-5 all the time and be just getting by. Really happy that things worked out the way they did, and I had faith even while we were living out here, and it was, there were some good days, but there were some bad days too. But through it all, I remember telling myself, like, hey, we need to enjoy the time that we have out here camping, because we weren't going to be here forever. I knew that. I didn't know how it was going to work out. I didn't know how we were going to get out of here, but I just had a gut feeling that we weren't going to be out here forever. Something was going to work out for us. And so I held to that faith. 4.5 months. We were out here for a while. It wasn't a bad time though. I mean, look at this. This is actually a really nice camping spot. Honestly, we got a nice fire going. We got a nice log bench. We got a nice tent. We got a full moon tonight. We always had food We always had water. Like, we had everything that we needed to survive, honestly. And we had each other. So that was, you know, that's a lot to be thankful for right there. Even though we didn't have a physical roof over our heads, we had everything that we needed. And that should be enough to make someone happy. And that's a lesson I had to learn. And it was not an easy lesson. There's actually a big old dent in the side of my Volkswagen Rabbit. Even today, it's the dent still there, where I kicked my car because I was so discouraged. I was just angry. It was while we were living out here, and I was just, I don't know, I was just having a bad day. Because I mean, let's face it, there were times that I didn't know things were going to work out. I thought we might be living out here forever. You know, there's some people living on the streets that have been living on the streets for a while, and they're still living on the streets, you know. And I mean, I thought, well, what if that's me? What if I'm out here living out of this tent and like sneaking in and out of here like an animal? What if I'm out here for a long time? And I didn't want that to happen. I mean, the doubt was always there that, hey, well, what if you are out here forever? You know, this sucks living out in a tent. Because, like, I mean, there were beetles out here. There were rats out here. There's ants. Like, there's some things that are not pleasant out here, especially when the weather gets hotter towards the summer. It's not really pleasant living out here. It all worked out. I'm glad I had faith in myself and faith in God. That was a huge thing. I think it's important that, you know, we don't give up on ourselves. Always have faith that something's going to work out and do as much as we can. Like, during the time we were out here, we were doing as much as we could do to pursue our dreams and our passions. For me, that was film work, and we were using Snapchat a lot at the time. So we've actually got a lot of saved Snapchat footage that we're going to play for you guys to show you exactly what it was like when we were living out here, so you guys can see that. I got my guitar with me tonight. Maybe I'll pick it a little bit. But I did not have my guitar with me when we were living out here. But I've got it tonight, so maybe I'll pick it for a little bit. All right, so we got the guitar out tonight. We got a campfire, which that's the last of our wood. We're gonna have to go look for some wood here shortly. But before we do that, I want to play you guys a song that I wrote over the past year or two. I feel like this is a perfect time. I'm kind of in the mood, and we got a campfire, full moon. This is a special video, so here you go, guys. This song's called Run, Stacy, Run.